This patient had end-stage glenohumeral arthritis, which means that they've essentially wore off all the cartilage in their shoulder joint or their glenohumeral joint. And we talked about treatment options, and ultimately we felt that at that point the best surgical option was a reverse shoulder replacement. So with the reverse shoulder replacement, what we do essentially on the humerus is once we get rid of the arthritis, we take a stem and we place that in there. And what used to be the ball of the shoulder now becomes the socket of the shoulder. And conversely, on the scapula, we end up placing the ball component. We do have the ability to do this with robotic assistance. We are the only institution in the state of Indiana that's currently doing robotic assisted shoulder replacement surgery. We get a CT scan of the shoulder preoperatively, and in that CT scan, we're able to upload that into our software program. Intraoperatively, we communicate with the robot to let them know where the shoulder is in space. Basically what we do is a standard approach, the same way we would do a reverse shoulder replacement without the robotic assistance, up until we get to the exposure of the socket or the glenoid. Once we get to that point, we bring in an array. It's like a star, and we basically clamp that to the coracoid, which is part of the scapula. And from that, we will take a probe and we will mark certain points on the scapula and on the face of the glenoid, which is a part of the scapula, to communicate with the robot that this is where the shoulder is in space. And we also will take the arm of the robot and communicate that as well to the monitor to let it know where the arm is in space and where the shoulder is in space. Then the arm of the robot will come in and the surgeon will control that as they're reaming the glenoid. When we start the reaming process, not only do we know where we're reaming, we actually know how much reaming to do. And the robot and the computer will tell us you have to ream more. So you are literally looking at the monitor as you're doing the reaming process. And we can make sure that we're not taking too much bone, and we also are making sure that we're reaming all the appropriate bone. This component here, you can see, is what we are planning with the Mako robot. We are making sure that when we put this component down, it is placed as perfectly as possible. The components of the shoulder replacement itself is relatively the same. And those implants have good track records of being really good components. We are trying to tailor a shoulder replacement with the components that are on the market to fit that patient's unique anatomy as accurately as possible. There's actually studies that will show, doing this by itself without any type of technology. There's planning that you can do. There's custom guides that you could have made. There's mixed reality glasses, but from all that, what it's showing is that the robotic assistance is the most accurate. It is as close to perfect as possible. We're very excited at Ball to offer this really innovative technology to the state of Indiana. I think what we're gonna see is perfectly placed components and outcomes that are gonna more accurately match what we plan on the software planning. If we have the ability to offer an innovative technology that's going to help us make sure that we give that patient as good of an outcome as possible, fantastic.